She's old school, this New York chick. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music, her justice dance. They face the music, they got no chance.
All right. Can you guys hear me now? I am so sorry if you guys could not hear me talking. I apologize. Let's try that again. Do we have sound, Darlene? Do we have sound? Yes. Okay, we have sound. I am so sorry, guys. So, Sunday, February 2nd, 2:19 p.m., we are here, and I will just push it right along. So, the title of the live is Shadows, Candles, and Planes, and I just wanted to give my condolences to the people that were part of the planes, the one in there was one this morning, right? I don't think there were any lives lost. It was a plane fire in Texas, and I believe the plane was en route to New York. And so they said that there was a fire on the plane. Just how devastating to hear all of these things that are going on with these aircrafts. And so I believe they were able to put that fire out. And then, the horrific one in Pennsylvania, that one was devastating. And then, of course, the one in the Potomac. So, obviously we want to just touch on that a little bit and just, give the prayers and everything. Such sad news, right? Just, what's up, Zero Jules? Good to see you. Nicole, London Girl, Lexi, Des, Darlene, Beamer. Hi, guys. Let me just scroll up really quick. Sorry for the, I did not add myself to the stage. Kitty Q. Hold on here. Hi, guys. I think I got you all. Hello. Okay. So, and I wanted to have a little bit of some fun this afternoon. And so then I titled it Shadows and Candles because, I heard that my friend Funksatoni Phil did not see his shadow, which means 6 more weeks of winter. And then, of course, I was surfing around and I found that so fun photo of Funksatoni Phil on a candle wax. What are those little wax things? Little what do they call those things? Wax melts. And I was like, "Oh, how cute are these? I got to check these out." And so, wow. There's a little gopher on the front of a candle wax thing. So I was like, "Perfect. Let's use this and put it up. Let's go." And we're going to go live in 5 minutes. Let's talk about it. Wax melts, right, Nicole? I was dying. Like, this is perfect because we can talk about all the things because there's people out there having strokes over candles. And so I said, all right, let's do some research here with my friends on what it takes to start a candle business since everybody wants to, everything you need to know about making your own candles. So, crafts and hobbies on a Sunday with Dawn Marie. What types of candles are you going to do? A pillar candle, container candle, a votive candle, one in a dollar store jar? Like what type? And are you going to retail them? Are you going to sell them? Or are you going to put them in hair salon? Where are you going with your candle business? So let's talk about it. Like what are you going to do? Are you going to make them? Are you going to gift them to your teacher? Are you going to just like, all the things? So we got lots of things that we can do with the candles. Des. Me and Phil are going to talk later. Anyone know his address? I don't know, but he's up in Philly. You better go find him. You better find out where he's going. All right. So, yeah, there's lots of different containers that you can put these candles in. And I see that, some people are putting them in. Yeah, Lexi, let's ride. Pick me up, she says. All right, here we go. So there's different waxes you can choose. You can choose a paraffin wax. You can choose a natural wax. So if anybody is in the candle community, please call your friends, get them in the chat. Let's come on in. Come on in. Let's talk about the candles. Enlighten me because I don't know anything about them, but I'm interested. And I want to know. What I do know is that I've owned some. I've had some candles. I've had some with some funky labels, and I've had some gorgeous ones. And so I figured, here we go. There's some votive candles. You can get ones, and you can make them in pillar and container candles. Here, there's ones that are quick burners. There's this one. All right, so paraffin wax, and you can correct me in here. This is the best part about it because I'm so open to learning because I don't know what I'm talking about. So help me out here. Gen X says I'm working on a troll candle collection. It'll be launching soon. I love that. Gen X, sign me up. Okay. Beamer, I've had some nice candles. Yes. Hi, Helen, the Scottish llama. I would love to see a llama candle. Okay. So some of them create smoke. Yeah. So like these are all the things that we need to know, right? Because you don't want to just buy something sight unseen. I don't recommend that. Some are easily colored, easily scented. So we definitely want to talk about scents too, right? Like, is the scent weak? Is the scent too strong? Yeah, I'm interested in the scents of the candles. Like, where are you getting the scents from? Yeah, let's talk about that. Okay. Melanie, good to see you. My girl, Mel. All right. Natural wax, beeswax, palm wax, and soy. So that says that it's slow burning, smokeless, not easily colored, not easily scented. Use it in pillar and container candles. Oh, I just love this conversation. Okay. So Darlene says, my eldest got me a candle that says Mom, last nerve. Oh, it looks like it's on fire. Okay. I like mine in simple vessels. Oh, yeah, Zero, right? Melanie, I'm going to need your help too with this. Okay. So let's see. Is this like Candles for Dummies? We could start there. And we may have some, candle sores that come in here, like people that just know. Helen says, be careful with the source of palm wax if it is from palm oil. Okay, noted. Nicole, always want to make candles. Haven't got there yet. Okay, girl, you and me both. Hi, Helen. I don't get the candle thing unless the power goes. London girl, you always need a couple good ones around. And then, you get the ones like Tom Ford. They make they're just beautiful. And they, when you see like a Tom Ford candle, you just know that the scent is amazing. I know Beamer. I don't know anything about candle making, but I'm here for it. I would just think like leave it to the professionals, but what do I know? We're going to be professionals ourselves. So let's go. So they say to mold your candles, you can use several types of containers that can withstand heat, like metal, glass, or porcelain. Consider reusing items around the house like recycled sauce jars or teacups. Place the wick in the center of your mold or container. Use a drop of melted wax to adhere the wick to the bottom. Loop the end of the wick around a pencil. Rest the pencil across the top. All right, this is going to get too deep, so we don't want to get into all of that. So, the step by step photos here. Making new candles out of old candles. All right, so it says Dina is a DIY expert. She runs a successful home decor, crafting, and DIY blog that has been recognized by parenting.com. Okay, very good. So, what do you guys think here? Let's see. Let's see what the chat says. Zero says, I don't throw my unused wax away. I remelt them and make a new one. I'm such a Scrooge. Yes, they make candles that look like food. Yeah, but yeah, listen, I could really get down with like a candle that looks like a nice piece of like a watermelon. Hey, Des, have you ever seen like a chicken leg candle? Because if not, let me know. I gotta show you one. Darlene says you need a double boil of wax in containers. All right. You can put ice in molds and then it comes out all funky. Okay, honey. Or like one time back at the ranch, we seen there was like it was and it had sparkles on it. It was fascinating. And it came with like a set of waffles too. I was like, girl, this is great. Like, did you get a date with KFC? I love it. I love that. Go to Michael's or look on Etsy for molds. Des, chicken leg candle? No, I haven't yet. I've only seen the cereal bowl ones, but I'd love to see the chicken leg one. Okay, yes. Okay. So, cereal. Getting one that smells like what would you say? Fruity Pebbles. And it smells like Fruity Pebbles and it smells really good. It really does. And so for that with the spoon in it and it's a bowl of cereal, you get it. It's cutesy. It's so very that. But a chicken leg, you're like, yes, we're going to the barbecue. Make sure you show up with your chicken leg. Nana's here for it. Nana's like, I got my picnic basket ready to go. I got my chicken leg candle here for Nana is here for it. Nana, off to get some food. Helen, I know, I'm sorry. I always make everyone so hungry. I can't help it. But just remember, we're here to talk about the candles. And, you know, the shadow of the Punxsutawney Phil. Yeah, no, Nana, a chicken candle. I mean, there were a couple other. I think it was like a grilled cheese or something. I can't remember, but it was like maybe eggs and bacon. uh, okay, yeah, simplicity. Like I was at a I was at like a fair not that long ago, and it was cute. Like this lady had a table set up, and it was done very in good taste, and she had these beautiful table piece candles that you put out, and so I went over and I was just looking at them, and I'm like, but the fragrance of her candles were really nice, but and they smelled really good. They had, they smelled like lime and verbena, and they had like an apple scent, very that. But I actually said to the woman, I said, have you ever smelled a chicken leg candle? And she looked at me and she went, what? Wait, did you just ask if I made a chicken candle? I was like, no, sorry. Saw one earlier, two kids on a candle swapping blood. Too lazy to go out for groceries or takeout. Oh, Gen X, it's one of those days, right? You're starving and stuck with a frozen pizza. Yeah, that's what your Sunday is like, So, I mean, it's just one of those days. Nana, you should go get groceries, but you're lazy today. Yeah. DiGiorno, right? Yeah, it's one of those Sundays. I'm just doing laundry and getting some things done, and I was like, "You know what? I saw that the the groundhog had 6 more weeks of winter was his forecast." And so I said, "Oh, no. That means that, we gotta go live, and we have to talk about the prediction here, and, you know, what's going on with the I heard that there was a lot of raging going on over, people's opinions on candle stuff, and I said, "Well, what is it? I have like I told you yesterday, that you gotta everything you do, you have to have intention behind it. And so, what is it to making candles? Like, let's see what it's about. Like, what can we do to add to this lovely community to try to make it better? So, can we make can we make better candles? Can we offer better things? And then I saw, they had Funks 20 fill on wax melts. I was like, what a brilliant idea. Like, they must have sold a ton of these today at the event up in Pennsylvania or wherever they show this guy come. They show this little mole coming out of the thing. Like, no, you didn't see a shadow. Here's a wax melt, $4. Hey, Emily Pickles, good to see you. Oh, Darlene says, I feel rain. My body is better than the weatherman. Oh, MM does make great candles. What I love about her particular type of candles is she makes her actual like vessels. So I think she gets more joy out of making the container, right? Isn't that her thing? Yeah. I honestly love getting when I purchase candles, I'll get them at, either Bath and Body Works or like White Barn. They make really nice ones, and not so, I mean, sometimes I'll just get the plugs that go in the wall. Or I had a friend a few years ago had sent me one of those, I can't remember the name of it, but plugs in the wall, and then I put the wax melts in it, and every few months I'll buy new wax melts for it, and it works great. It really does. But I'll just get a couple of White Barn candles throughout the year, and I'll burn those, and they're really nice. But it's true, like, those stores really know how to do the marketing when it comes to but, I mean, what are your guys' favorite fragrances to burn in your house? I know for me, I love, like, the clean cotton and the linen, and, I mean, when it comes to, like, certain scents, I'm more of, like, the more of like a fruit type of a scent, if at all. What's up, Darren from Dublin? Good to see you. Nana says no glitter, no fingerprints, nice and clean. Right? I know. I definitely am the girl that picks it up and looks to see if it's been, you know, if it's got any Shungats on it. Yeah, clean cotton, Yankee Candle. Yeah, Yankee Candle. I used to get those too. Those are really nice. Nana says, I loved one king cake Mardi Gras I got from Science Girl once. Yeah, she actually made, I remember one year she had one that was in like a wooden, I don't know if it was like a dough bowl or something, but that was really pretty too. The more simpler, the better for me. I love it when it's just, yeah, simple, clean, and fresh smelling. Barbara George, how are you? She says, I love candles. However, they trigger a thrombosis, excuse me, thrombosis, migraine headache, and I become violently sick. They're in my house, they do too. They get very sick from them. So I can only burn them during the day, like when no one's home or, for a very short time. And then I got to put them out. But yeah, it is kind of annoying. Lexi says, I love root candles and trap candles. The Christmas candles are good too. Yeah, the pine ones are nice. I have to be careful in the house with but I remember, the some of the photos that I had seen, and this is not knocking anybody's business or anything, but some of the images that I had seen of the photos and things, they were rather than less than, so it was very Yeah. So let's see. Emily says one of Ward case studies with Jen Lou's mods makes melts. I bought blueberry pancakes and birthday cake. Well, that sounds different. That's kind of like a, you know, a one timer, type of a candle, right? Kitty Q says, yes, I like a mixed berry sense too. Yeah, like a berries, kind of a fresh. It's always nice. Nana says, I like the fresh smell, nothing fruity. It just all depends on the listen, I love when somebody does a homemade thing too. So not everything has to be store bought, and that's kind of why I was laughing in the beginning because I was like, that's it. I'm going to Google and look up how to make homemade candles. Like, because really, what is it? But I mean, when you start to put your name on things and this is a business and this is an LLC, well, you better make sure that if you're going to start promoting something and selling something as a business and you're going to start collecting money and you're like, okay, well, this is now $20 or $14.99 or $35. You have to make sure that you are professionally covered financially and protected, right? And so it's not just like, your kid is making, lollipops. I mean, this is a real thing, right? And so it's more to it than just making something. And God forbid somebody if something breaks or someone gets hurt. I mean, I would think so, right? I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, if somebody like burns themselves, or how would if somebody got hurt or a candle, what would be? Give me some ideas because this is all new to me. But if a candle lit a house on fire, how would it be the company's fault? Can somebody explain to me? Help me. What's up, Gadsden? Good to see you, Dennis. So Nana says cuts their finger, breaks in the package. It's your name. That's the brand, in my opinion, she says. Barbara George says you can put natural orange, peel, cinnamon, sage in a summer pot. It's very natural. Okay, so points to somebody that can tell me how the company could be at fault. So Emily says, Dawn, I listened to your live the other night and I didn't know you had a Brooklyn accent. Yes, Emily, thank you. I appreciate that. This is me. So what do we think? Do we think that all right, so Nana says, I did get one. Hold on here, let me read this. I did get one that started to catch fire. I gave it to a coworker. Housekeeping put it out before it was a full-blown fire. So Nana, would the company that made the candle be liable? So Lexi says, if it's an insufficient container. Okay, then Nana said, I just stopped buying from them. Okay. Thanks, Nicole. Lexi says, if the container can't handle the heat and it cracks, okay, so then it becomes their problem if the container can't handle the heat, right? Then it's their fault. Okay. Zero says you have to make sure the vessels are heat resistant. Okay. Nana, if it's in a bad container, yes. Okay. Wrong wick, wrong wick type. Got it. Nana says that would have been up to the company I work because that would have said my fault too. Okay, well, I just all right. So here, Dennis says most glass holders are tempered glass heat resistant. Well, what about like if somebody went, Dennis, if somebody went to say a dollar store or a Goodwill store and they just bought a whatever container and they were like, oh, you know what? They bought $21 containers and they said, score, I'm going to pour all these, candle waxes in these containers and I'm going to sell these candles for $40 a candle and they're going to sell them. then how and the glass, let's just say it's not resistant or whatever. Are they then liable if something happens to that? This says they can if the candles are defective or failure to meet safety standards. Okay. Disclaimer probably on the candle. So then Lexi says that's on the candle maker. Okay, so that's where I'm looking at. I'm looking at the situation is like if something were to happen, right? Like how is that person liable? You know what I mean? Like mm, yeah, Beamer, I would think so. Yeah, I would think so too. That's why I say like, it's so important for people to be LLC'd and licensed and insured and that's why people, that's why you have to protect yourself, right? And do all of the things. I would just think it would be fair to the people that are doing the right thing to make sure that they're covered. I'm sure that there's just more to it than just, like, ta-da, made a candle. But I figured, you know what? We could come over here on a Sunday afternoon and just talk about it, right? Yeah, exactly, Nana. Right. They should be insured. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I would think that it's like buying a car. I mean, you buy a car, you're driving it, and you have to insure yourself. God forbid there's an accident and something happens. You have to make sure you're covered. That's just what it is. So Dennis says it all comes down to the manufacturing of the product to do the research. So yes, it would be the responsibility of that person. Zero says, I would imagine you would have to do all kinds of insurance to start a candle business in case of fires. There we go. All right. That's some good input. I would say, like you would probably, right, have to do all of your homework and stuff on things like this before you started any kind of a business venture, no matter what it is, just to make sure that you cross your T's, dot your I's, do all of the things. Darlene says, I would say look up the rules and contact a business lawyer. I agree, Darlene. I would think that would be so important. Erica Olson, good to see you. What's up, Maddie Boy Sully? Happy Sunday. So yeah, I was just laughing because there was just like this major rage and like a couple of my friends were just like, yo, this person is angry. And I said, why? What is going on? Like, it's so many years later. And, we're just here to hang out and have a good time. And, listen, life is too short, And so for that, like a lot of people, have moved on. And I think that, there's a lot to be said for moving on. So Darren says, also, when you put out a candle, you have to wet your fingers to put it out. Never blow a candle as you take a year off your life. That's a superstition, I was told. Well, hey, that's a good, I'm for it. What's up, LaDonna? That's my buddy right there. I had to dust bust the grass off my puppy. She's so funny. Bill has GFO as an LLC with insurance. Our drones are covered under GFO liability just in case we are flying and cause damage. Yeah, I mean, listen, you go out there flying a drone, and then let's say you bang it into some lady's window, and she's like, "What the hell did you do, Bill? You just bashed your drone in my freaking house." And now you're like, "Oh no, I gotta go pay for Sylvia's window." So, like, what do? I mean, outright pay for it, or do you let your insurance take care of it? I mean, that's why you have insurance. IKEA sells candle snuffers. There you go, Helen. Listen, Helen's just like, I'm just gonna snuff out the candle, all right? Okay. Natty Boy Sally. And never break the spaghetti. Listen, just put it in, never break it, and use a spoon. Must extinguish properly because if you blow it out, it can relight. There's always that chance. Did you like the picture that I used of my little what I can't even think what is it called? I keep wanting to call it a mole. Not the mole. The Punxsutawney Phil. What is that thing again? The groundhog. The groundhog with the candle. As soon as I looked it up, I went, the groundhog has they have candle thing. He has little he has wax melts. Ladonna says, I saw TikTok of a 72-year-old man getting in trouble for shooting a drone down. It was hovering in his window. Oh, could you imagine what in the business did he want in a 72-year-old man's window? Mm, Matty boy, I had to get certified to fly a $200 drone. What the what are you looking for on the windows? This was in Florida, of course. I know, LaDonna, everything happens in Florida. I don't know, I don't understand. Blame the mouse, okay? It's the mouse's fault. We live in an age of warning labels on everything. Can't I know I say the same thing. I'm like, I said to somebody the other day, I said, you're the reason why there's instructions on a bottle of shampoo. It's your fault. It is a federal offense to shoot down a drone. It falls under FAA. Ooh, New York City only can fly in certain places for a drone. Interesting. Has anybody ever gotten an Amazon package delivered from a drone yet? Do they do that? They do that a lot up in New York, right? They're dropping off packages by the drones. I have yet to receive a package like that yet. I'm like, why can't I get something dropped off from from the Amazon guy? Like, be like, meow, psh. Lexi Hogs. We get McDonald's deliveries here from drones. Get out of here. No way. Here's your number 5, sir. Psh. That's crazy. Darling, my BFF said she has PD drones flying around. What the? They should deliver your prescriptions in the drones. Be like, excuse me, ma'am, here's your ibuprofens. $10,000 fine, shooting down a drone, and up to 10 years in the pen. Ooh. Kitty Q says, yes, my husband has one. Wait, what? My husband has one. We live by a military base, and it won't work properly if you're in a no-fly zone. Oh. Wow. I've seen Darren's video of a Mackie D drone delivery. I have to see that, Darren. You better share that in my Discord. I want to see you getting a Big Mac by a drone. I'd never leave the house with drones delivering, right, Nana? I want to get a Big Mac delivery. Well, I don't need Big Macs, but I want to get a delivery with a drone. Helen, we are limited here where we can fly. Not for Ed Zoo, and I am near the Edi arrival path. Des, I know. I was watching Molly the other day, and she was like, she asked somebody she was like, could somebody send me a Coke? I was like, oh my God, aggressive. Asking somebody to send her a soda. I'm like, is that how you have to talk to people? Like, hey, LaDonna, send me a cherry Slurpee now. What the heck? How do you talk to people like that? I was like, Jesus, God. She's like, y'all, Darren is dangerous and clever. Don't give him ideas. Tombstones, how are you? Good to see you. Poor Tombstones. I sent her a video. She was dying. I was like, oh, baby. Get your dance on. I can send you a canned margaritas. Perfect. There you go. I was dying. I was like, did she just ask somebody to send her soda? Like, her husband couldn't get it fast enough, so she was like, can somebody send me a soda? Does the drone wait in the line and pick up the food? Nana, you know what? I don't know. Like, what? Somebody was telling me the other day, because I haven't been to McDonald's in forever, but they said you can't go inside anymore. Like it legit, it's either the drive-through or delivery. Oh no. Tombstones, you're traumatized. How about I'm traumatized? And then the person says to me, so then they go, how do you think I look? How do you think you look? Don't leave. Don't ask us that. That's horrific. Yeah, do you tip the drone? I don't know, Des. Do you? Elena Gonzalez. Good to see you. I don't know. I feel like, I used to always say like even when I moderate, it's funny. 'Cause it's like playing duck hunt for me. Like the old school Nintendo duck hunt gun, like boom, ba boom, boom, boom. I'm like, psh, 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 psh. Like everybody just get out. Like people say, one lady says to me, "You're over moderating me." I was like, "Girl, I'm all the way up here and you're all the way down there." I'm like, "Stop it! Don't worry about what I'm doing. Worry about what you're doing." Like all the way at the top, and I'm taking care of business, doing what I got to do, making sure the chat stays clean. For your safety, not mine. I'm taking care of business over here, lady. And so she's like, it was so funny, and so I mean, I'm very serious when I do. I'm like, stop it. Like, we're all pioneering over here, trying to, for mankind. What's up, Stevie W? Oh, like, be kind and rewind, lady. Stevie W, you like clean candles? How you holding up? I was talking about maybe possibly, you know, what it would take to start a candle business over here, and like if I needed insurance and all the things and how to do it, and fragrances, like would I need like 5 100, if somebody asked me to make a chicken leg, should I do it? If they wanted sparkles on it, was that like, should I show everybody? Chicken wings, hot dogs and bologna, chicken and macaroni. Hit that like button. Let's do it. Nana says no, no to both. No, 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 no. Dawn Marie, my bestie has a soy candle company. I'm sure it's gorgeous. I don't mod much. I get distracted by the trolls and I start engaging. I know, LaDonna. It's hard not to. I love to say hi to everyone. It's just in my nature to be like, hi. I don't say like, I mod for 42 channels. The glitter stays in the carpet for a while. Ugh. Raccoons are cool little critters. Yeah, they are. Tombstones, they smell delicious. Right? A nice apple candle is beautiful. I think it's, or clean cotton, so nice. I think of like a nice candle is like a beautiful pair of, how would you say, maybe like I don't know, like a nice pair of like crisp pair of pants, like just nice and clean. I don't know. Oh my goodness, my boys sing that all the time. Oh, the macaroni song. Remember the first time my cousin sang it, I was like, what the hell is that? I want a gunpowder scented candle. There are a couple of huge ones. We have a raccoon family in the bush at the end of the property. Yeah, Tombstones. I mod for 129 channels. Can I get your autograph? I mod for 129 channels. A nice Jack Daniels candle. Awesome. Oh, I could see you with that, Maddie Boy Sully. That's right up your alley. I love that for you. Tombstones 129. Whoa, how does one mod for 129? I know, I have a hard enough time doing 4. And listen, quality over quantity every day. I'll send my autograph in Discord. I'm mod there too. Oh, Tombstones, I'm dead. Wait, what? But my Chihuahua and teenagers say nope. Nana's not sub to 129 channels. I just actually had to start unsubscribing to certain channels because it ruins my algorithm. I wasn't even getting my own notifications. I'm like, hello, how come I don't see that I had a video? What's going on here? I uploaded a funny, like, sometimes listen, I struggle. I tried to upload a short last night of something from the Three's Company, and a friend of mine had posted it on his, like, I think it was Instagram or something. So I was like, "Oh, I love this." It's like an old throwback from, like, Chrissy Snow and Jack Tripper, and I, like, cut it up. I was, like, falling asleep on the couch. I was like, "Alright, I got this," and I put it on, and I went, "This," it was great just to watch it, and as I put it up, I went, "Alright, whatever." Listen, it's about the Beastie Boys. That's what it is. It's the song. So I don't care if you don't like the video part, but Jack Tripper is everything. He really is. You got to watch the Jack Tripper part. What's Darlene? Darlene, my son is out doing his practice. Good. Okay. I'm across the house on Bluetooth and you are funny. I try to be. Listen, Gen X to the seventh power. You just tell my Vinnie Politan that he's my homeboy, and that's it. That's all that matters in my life. Is that Vinnie Politan is funny and he takes care of business. And I know that one day I'm gonna meet him, shake his hand, and he knows that I exist, right? That's it. I want to do a Mrs. Roper pub crawl. Tombstones, right? You just got to get up and dance. Three's Company. I mean, there's just certain shows from our listen, when we look back and think of the shows that we had, I laugh. I go, I mean, we didn't have computers and telephones and these things. And so we had all of those funny shows to watch. It was like, what was that other one with the girls in college with Tootie? Where's Stevie Wonderful? We had Tootie and what was that? The Joe. That was a funny show. All the girls in the college would be Stevie. I used to sneak and watch it. My parents were strict. Yeah, I mean, we just had great. I remember coming home from school and going, "All right, get out of the living room. My shows are on." Facts of life. That's it. Facts of life. Mrs. Garrett. Yes, Mrs. Garrett. So is Brooklyn still Brooklyn? Texas is getting gentrification from Californians. Yeah. Well, listen, Brooklyn is Brooklyn, but you can't take the Brooklyn out of the person when they leave. So I'll always be Brooklyn. I'll always have my memories. I'll always have, my conversation with my people here. Facts of life will always be the facts of life. I'll never forget little Gary Coleman from or The Odd Couple. I mean, or 227. I mean, these are shows that I think back and I go, I could take a day off of work and just watch all of those shows and die laughing. Yeah, you take the good, you take the bad, you take it all, and there you have the facts of life. Oh, brother, just take it easy. That was the high school, by the way, Dawn. Yes. Oh, yeah, Gadsden, how's your shoulder feeling? You feeling good? That's right, Zero. You could take the girl out of Brooklyn, but not the Brooklyn out of the girl. That's right. Whole bunch of geriatrics in here. Everybody's getting surgeries, knee surgery, shoulder surgery. Mork and Mindy. Oh, yes. Mork and Mindy was a good one. Laverne and Shirley. Oh my God. Happy Days. Sunday, Monday, happy day. That was a good one. Rags to Riches. I totally remember Rags to Riches. Yes. What was the other? Wait a second. Saved by the Bell. I remember that. I mean, that one was a little bit like a little forward more, but Nanu, Nanu. Healing. Just waiting for. Oh, good. Okay. Well, I hope you get better, Dennis. What else? There was some Zach. Yeah, Zach. There was another really good one. Oh, let me see. Let's think of them. Yeah, Des, they need to bring those shows back. They do. They really do. Remember Alf? Alf was funny. Remember Morgan Freeman on Electric Company? Yes. Welcome back, Cotter. Yes. The Jeffersons. How could we forget the Jeffersons? And we're moving on up. We had the long running Last of the Summer Wine. Chips. Can't forget Chips. Knight Rider, Baywatch, the $6 Million Man, Growing Pains. We have been watching The Waltons. Yes, I remember that. You can't do that on television. Car 54, Where Are You? That was a little bit past, but I remember my grandfather would watch that, and we would always hear it on the TV in the background. Like, Car 54, where are you? I'm like, Grandpa, the TV's too loud. Barney Miller, The Bionic Woman, All in the Family. Yes, All in the Family. Let's see, what else did they have? Silver Spoons. Oh, with that blonde kid. What was his name? Who's the Boss? Oh yeah, I remember watching that. What was her name on there? Who's the Boss? That was I'm looking right at her. I can't even think of her name. 8 is Enough. The Incredible Hulk. Saturday morning cartoons were the best. Ricky Schroeder. That's it. Yes. Marcus Welby, MD, was a favorite. Lexi says, I've not seen any of these shows. I know of them, just never was a TV person, always out running the roads and hitting the lake. Nice. Okay. Samantha, Emily. Yes. Alyssa Milano. Yes, that's it. I could, like when you're looking right at somebody and you're like, what is her name? It's like the one girl from Saved by the Bell. It was like Jessie Spano, but I don't remember her real name. I could never remember her real name, but I know her as Jessie Spano. Hogan's Heroes. Brooklyn South, Chips, Magnum PI, BJ and the Bear. Oh yeah. Bonanza. That's a real big throwback. Yeah, Sully, that was a great show. Yeah, there's some really good ones. Yeah, wow, those are all the goodies. That's true. Yep. So, the Dukes of Hazzard, Darlene, ding, 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 ding. The Dukes of Hazzard. Remember when he would get in that car and you'd be like, oh yeah. He slid in that car. He probably has like the worst backache in the world. He probably does like the Dones commercial for the pills. Like, hey guys, next time you have a backache, take 2 of these. Emily Pickles, what is she saying here? There were 2 different shows called Kate and Allie. One of them were twins, and it was them and their dad, and their other one weren't twins, and they lived with their mom and her friends and her kids. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. The A-Team. Wasn't that the guy with the big... What about the wrestling? The wrestlers, the A-Team? Chad is all Gen X and boomers. That's right. I was just looking up 80s shows. That's why I was remembering them all. Good. Well, we needed some help, so thank you. Those men were all so hot. Darlene. Bo Duke aged really well. Did he really? No, Stevie Wonder. I was obsessed with Boss Hogg. That guy was a big boy. General Hospital. Oh yeah, listen, all of those General Hospital and all Grizzly Adams, Little House on the Prairie, Trapper John MD. Used to like the Wonder Years too. Oh yeah, I remember Wonder Years. Hill Street Blues, Wonder Woman. ER, House. Oh my God, I used to love to watch House. Marcus Welby, Emergency. Yes. God, I used to watch that show House. Like, I could watch episode after episode for like 7 hours. He was good. Knight Rider, yeah. Wait, what was that guy's name again? I gotta scroll up here. Hold on. Bo Duke. Bo Duke. He was wild. Bones. My aunt had a boyfriend back in the day, way day. His name was Bones. I'm like, how's your boyfriend? Bones. She's like, he's good. Why? I'm like, I don't know. I was just asking. She's like, you just like to say his name. I said, I do. How's Bones? LA Law, Dallas, Falcon Crest. And there was another one that was on my mom's watch. Dawn Marie, you remember the wrestler Pete Sanchez Pizzeria Restaurant on Kingsland Meeker? The wrestler Pete. Yes, I do. That was his pizzeria. I did not know that. I do remember that pizzeria though. People still in the chat saying, I can't believe Laura married Luke. Right? How did she marry Luke? I don't get it. I used to love David Boreanaz in Angel. Hang on, I gotta turn the fan on. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry. Luke and Laura getting married. Luke and Laura. Big Valley. What was Big Valley? I don't know if I remember Big Valley. They had to cut the door open to let Andre the Giant. They did? He was a big mo. He was a big one, man. All of those wrestlers were like 7 feet tall. Like I never understood. And you know what's funny is like even watching wrestling back in the day, like I remember asking my brother, and I'd say, did that guy just get hit by the chair? I understand. He's like, it's not real. I go, what are you talking about? The guy just jumped off the turnbuckle, and then you got the other guy in the corner, and he's eating the turnbuckle. He's like, can you just watch it? I'm like, no. He's in the corner, and he's banging his face, like, and he's like, oh my God. Like, I didn't know that they had actual, like, blood pills and they'd smell like, no idea. I'm like, oh my God, he's got to go to the hospital. Miss Elizabeth. Yeah. Wolf used to fly in them all the time. Remember Miami Vice? My dad was playing golf one day and someone thought he was Don Johnson. Oh, that's funny. Airwolf, Quantum Leap. George the Animal Steel was a college professor. Was he really? He was a pig. He was the one that would be down. And then you had that one guy that was like the junkyard dog. And he had the big chains on. I don't know. Listen, I just remembered as a kid. And we had all the wrestling figures, right? And I'd be like, like they had all the people. And we would play wrestling. And we would have all the guys. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Yeah. Saturday Night Live was great in the 80s. Yeah, it sure was. He never ever stopped bragging after that. I bet zero. Listen, if your dad was, if they thought he was Don Johnson, he probably thought he was, thought he was the man. It's funny. But yeah, we would go into like Madison Square Garden, and we would go to some of these wrestling events, and the closer that we sat and the more I seen, I was like, oh, he's not really stepping on his wrist. He's got his leg up on the thing. And my dad would be like, will you pay attention? Are you here to watch the thing? I'm like, yeah, but I'm really watching, and he's really not hitting him. He's like, but then I saw them like body slam them. I'm like, oh, he really did get hurt. Oh no, he's got to go to the hospital. He's like, oh my God. Cheech and Chong. Oh yeah, Cheech and Chong was good. Let's see. I have my picture with a few of the Von Erichs and Jerry the King. Ooh, kitty cute. Darlene, my one brother ended up getting an Emmy for the work he did on, I can't remember the actor. Can be right back. Okay. Yeah, you loved WWF too, Emily? Yeah, we grew up with it was good back then. Nana. Right? I just remember like The cage matches. The cage matches were good too. When they locked them up in the cage, I was like, "Ooh, they're gonna kill each other. Like, they're gonna ram each other's face in the cage." And then the next thing you know, like the blood starts coming out, and like, and then they would do the lights would go down, and then the music would be like dun 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 dun, like, and then Stone Cold Steve Austin would come out and start breaking the beer open, like the beer go flying. I'm like, this is what it's about. Like, that's fighting right here. This is what it is, right? This, yeah, they would get up on the cage, right? That's entertainment right there. How ironic. I never liked wrestling because it was manufactured and scripted. Yet I come on YouTube where they manufacture drama. Well, I mean, here they go on YouTube and then they start, "Hey y'all," and they start fighting with each other like, a bunch of, I don't know. I was watching a couple of the women fight here the other night and I went, "Oh my God. All they need, Jules, is some Wi-Fi, a camera, and I don't know, somebody to believe in them, I guess. I don't know. Or they could just create some terrible toxic candles and then they can go, 'I'm the evil candle lady.'" Like, and then, can say that they know something allegedly about, true crime. And then, they're not doing research on things, but they got somebody doing research on things and they're talking about some things and then they're mad at somebody. And so then now here we are. Have I watched Mafia Milkers? Yeah, I was. I watched a little bit of it the other day and I was just like, uh, I started watching it where this lady was like, she had, I don't know if she was a stripper. And so I was like, okay, I could watch a little of this. Like, I was a little interested. And then I seen like Keemstar and I was like, okay, he's cool. I can get down with him. And then this other lady came on and she was yelling with like this Australian terrible accent. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't like that. And then I heard a lady come on and she was like, "Hey y'all," and yum, yum, yum. I'm like, I can't do it. So it was a little bit all over the place for me. You just like the shorts? Thank you. I hope mine. Appreciate that. You loved Stone Cold? Awesome. So Emily says, or a wrestler would show up and threaten one that was fighting, and then they plan to wrestle for the belt next time. Yeah. I think WWF is what got us prepared for YouTube drama. Hit the like button, please. Do it. I had to stop. It was too much. Oh, wrestler shorts. Thanks a lot, Nana. So you were liking my shorts. You've got to like my shorts I upload. I literally do them as I'm falling asleep on the couch. I'm like, upload it. Do it. Let's see. Yeah, I watched a little bit of that Mafia Milkers, but I mean, maybe if they could get a couple of better people on the show, I could get down with it. Maybe, I think. What do you think, Jules? What do you think? Yeah, please like and subscribe or I'll break a chair over your back. Stone Cold Steve Austin style. One of my favorite wrestlers was The Rock. The Rock was like my favorite. He always came out like, he knew the business. Kitty cute. Maybe that's what some of the creators need to do. Wrestle it out. Yeah, wrestle it out, man. Yeah, it's the good old days. If some of them were crafty enough and creative enough, they could, instead of this whole, "I'm gonna sue you," or I'm gonna make a defective product and then blow your house up. Please don't do that, please. Allegedly. I think I'm getting too old for all of the shouting. I like debates, but not the noise. Yeah, Zero. I think there's a way that you could come on here and have a decent conversation and talk about shadows and candles and things and create some sort of content and then go into, I think it's a way to be able to come on here, have a storyline, talk about a couple of things, and this way people can cook and clean and, put it on. They can, put it through their speakers and listen and go about their day. They don't need to be glued to a television to watch it. Like, I remember back in the day, and I know Zero and a few people in here could laugh about this, but we used to call them like what was it, like bed slugs? I remember the first time I was talking to Duty Ron about that, and he was like, "What did you just say?" I was like, "Yo, they're bed slugs." And so he was on a live once, and he said, "They're bed slugs." I was like, "Yes, yes, yes," because you got like 6 women sitting in their bed, like just streaming and listening and conversating from their bed, and it's like in their pajamas. I mean, I love it. What are you doing? Get up! Like, I mean, I'm all for listening to podcasts and doing things, but how do you just sit in the bed for hours? I don't get it. Like, I get if you have to work. I totally get if you're sitting at work and you're at the computer and you're, you can't move and so you're doing things, but if you're just sitting there, in your bed, and you're fully bottle you're able to move around, but you're just like, "I can't get out of I just gotta sit here and stare." I'm fascinated by that. So, right, it's like a hospital ward. Oh, Emily, if I was in an airplane leaving Vegas with The Rock. Oh, I was on an airplane leaving Vegas. Wait, with The Rock in 2001. He was walking in front of me. I was 98% sure it was him by his hair and his butt. He stopped to take a call and turned to the side and was right. Yes, you probably were, especially if it was in Vegas. It's him. uh, The Rock say, "It don't matter what you say." I can't stand to watch a panel, everybody talking at once. Yeah, it's a lot. They cut each other off. Nobody has that, that grace of taking turns. And I think that's kind of why, like Queen Bee's panel went off without a hitch in the beginning was because she wasn't there, right? And so everybody just had a chance to talk and that was really like one of the only places, honestly, in the beginning was hers. Not that it needs to be the place, but I'm just saying, like, uh, Emily, I'd have died. I love The Rock. Yeah, I love The Rock. Maddie, the whole plane yelled, "Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?" Yeah, I would have died. And what a nice guy too. Like I seen him once down in Florida. He was actually in a golf tournament. And I mean, I've seen him way, way off in the distance. And somebody had just said to me, he's in a golf thing. And I was like, "Get out of here, no way." And I just looked and I went, "Oh," I mean, wasn't close enough to where I could say anything, whatever, but I was just like, "Get out of here, that's insane." But I mean, that was like probably 10, 15 years ago, so long ago. There was like a few of them. Tiger Woods, there was a whole bunch. So cool. I like the banter between The Rock and Kevin Hart. Oh, we seen Kevin Hart in concert a few years ago. Not a concert, but like a comedy thing. He is funny. When I tell you that little bastard, he is Kevin Hart. Oh my god. My husband said something to him and Kevin Hart went with it and I just was like, "Oh my god." Listen, that guy, he has the best sense of humor. He really does. Emily, well, I live in Iowa, so I don't see famous people very often. Well, listen, you know what? When you travel and you see them, you have to recognize them, and they love it. Don't get it twisted. They totally do. Gadsden, I met Hulk Hogan down here in his surf shop, down to earth person. He is another down to earth person. He is. My husband met him a few times when he was down here. He's a nice, nice guy. And he's another one that'll say hello and shake your hand. He's easy to recognize too. He's definitely one that you will recognize. We escorted Halle Berry through the airport after 9/11. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah, it's funny. I could start like naming off people that I remember telling Laura a few years ago about people that I knew, and she started telling, "Oh, she don't know nobody." Girl, stop it. Saying that I don't know nobody. I die when people are like, "She says you don't know nobody." I'm like, "Yeah, it's better that she says that. And she doesn't know who I know and who I don't know. Who the hell is she?" I'd love for her to say that to my face. Get out of here. Not on a farm. Emily, you're not on a farm? Yeah, Maddie Boy Sully. You can believe that? She said that about me, that I don't know nobody. Fucking loser. I like the band too. Yeah. Oh, I read that. I don't know how to change top chat to live. Red Dragon, good to see you. I was just talking to you about that too. How funny, right? She don't know nobody. Right. Right. Okay, girl. Am I talking about CPS Lear? Yes, sure am. Oh, I hope she's doing good. Red. Yeah, she had the nerve to say, I don't know. Get out of here. Oh, I don't think she knows anybody. Get out of here, Laura. Liar, Laura. The nerve. Oh, the nerve. You know, when like people, somebody says something and then they won't say it to you. And so then they say it to somebody else. And then when somebody else says something to you and you're like, what? Yeah, you don't know nobody, right, Maddie boy? You don't know nobody. Huh. Get out of here. I told Red Dragon, I said, hit me up. I know you won't. That live of hers last night was disgusting. I know, I heard about it. I'm so like blown away by the level of like the punching down that is just why so bad? I don't get it. I mean, have we reached a level of just yeah, wicked bad. Lexi even seen it, right? Emily, I thought she left, but then she was back and of course talking. I just, part of me started feeling really, really bad. And then I was just like, Laura, what are you doing? Why are you coming after all these people? I just don't get it. Why? I have an overgrown line on my head. Oh, Helen, you better get that fixed. I just don't know. I mean, there's a time in after all of this where you just need to take the L and literally take the L. And I thought she would be able to do that, but I guess not. I mean, Leanna too. I thought she'd be able to just push away, but I don't know. I really don't get it. How old? Emily Pickle says, how old is her profile picture? I haven't seen her last night's live. I don't know. I just, did she have cancer? I mean, God forgive me. If she does, I wish her the best. I know I didn't say anything to her about it or whatever, but what I just don't, I mean, if she did or does, I hope she's okay. I really do. She's I don't know. That's not a recent picture, is what if that's where I'm going with this. I don't think so. No. This is some type of rage she did before she made that call. Oh, so are you meaning like that she's headed to that way again? I hope not. Laura, don't do anything like that again, please. Please stop. Get help. You need to get some help. I worry for her. I really do, because it's just not a good place to be. Zero says, sorry, if someone called CPS on me and I just had confirmation it was her, people can't complain when I talk about them. Yeah, I mean, I see it from both sides. I really do. And I just don't want this bad for anybody. I really don't. In my opinion, it wasn't what she claimed it to be. Emily Pickles, what do you mean? Hmm. I don't know. I just don't think that even if you just recently had gone through Okay, so she says the cancer. In my opinion, it wasn't what she claimed it to be. I don't know. I just know that I had heard that she had stopped her treatment. So that makes me sad because that's not, at least don't tell people that. I mean, try to take care of yourself the best way you can. That's just my opinion. But don't don't take your aggressions out on other people. Try to get yourself some help or, that's just me. And stop, don't pay attention to these other people on here. I wouldn't. It's not worth it. You can't put your mental state into the hands of people. It's not good, you know. Yes, zero. I wish everyone the best of health. I do too. I genuinely do. I think that if you are headed to a place where, I had heard that she said something about, if you thought I was this person and you think I'm going to do something again, then why would you? If you think that way, stop because you're probably going to do something that don't do it. It's not good for you. It's not good for your family. It could, you don't want it to turn back on you. You know what I mean? It's just not worth it. Please don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to somebody else. You're better than that. You don't need that. It's just not good. So, um, Helen the Llama says she'll probably not get help while she's getting the views. It's really sad, that really is. Emily, she said it was the type. She said it was one type, and then all of a sudden she said it was worse. And then she was doing chemo, so she said, I hate to say that, I didn't think she was honest, but it was just so odd. Yeah, Emily, it's sad to me because no matter what it is cancer. And so I feel terrible either way. It's something that nobody should have to go through. But if you do have to go through it, I think that you need to, get the best help you can get. And, get offline is one. That's number one. Get offline, protect your peace, and take care of yourself the best you can. And that's just what it is. This internet is a hard thing to break for a lot of people, I think. So I don't see how any of it could be good. And that's for the both the I see how the both of them are fighting back and forth. I told you guys, I do watch. I do see a lot of things you know, and so it does bother me on the both sides of it. And the only way to get better is to get better, right? And so there's really nobody really wins here. Protecting your peace is paramount, right? Zero, it is. Capone says, I would get screamed at by her and made an example for what she praises Burgundy Blues for doing. Yeah, and you know what? That's another thing. Laura, leave him alone. He's not doing anything now different than what he did 3-4 years ago. I mean, it's just bothering her a lot more now. And that I don't like that for him because he's my friend and he's always been a good friend. He was a good friend to her too. And so, I know and he's exactly right too. And I'll read it again. I would get screamed at by her and made an example for her for what she praises Burgundy Blues for doing. And so it's targeted. And I don't like it. So I think that, and as the circles get a lot less now, I think it's more prominent as to who's left standing. And so it's a lot more people can see now what's going on. And so it's kind of sad. It really is. There's a couple of people now as opposed to 7 or 8. There's 3 or 4 that people see. And so I don't like it. And unfortunately, Laura tells on herself. The phone said red. She just didn't want to get caught calling CPS. No, she didn't. And she was so fast to say, yep, I did it, and so that was what it was. Red says she needs to leave Capone, Zero, and Janelle alone. Yeah, she does. I don't know why she's got such a hard-on for them. I really don't, Red. I don't get it. Maddie Boy Sully says, mess with someone in my family, it will not end for sure. It will not end well. No, it will not. Kitty Q, I'm glad you didn't know who she was either. Zero, if I have an opinion on something, this is YouTube. I'm allowed to voice it. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, it's true. I mean, listen, we've all been around here for a very long time. And so if one of us is feeling some type of way, all of us are feeling some type of way. And, it's not really fair for anyone to say, don't say anything, or hey, you don't come around here anymore. And because you're saying something, I don't want you saying anything. No, it's affecting everybody. And so, it's kind of like that thing, like just cut the cancer out. And so we're all cutting that cancer out. And so, but if you're targeting people and you're coming at them all the time, we have cut it out a long time ago. And so now yeah, I can't imagine someone calling CPS. I can't imagine calling CPS on anyone out of vengeance, let alone someone who was once a friend. That's really low. Well, and Emily, the thing is that, she's saying she'll do it again. And so that's why, people are on high alert, is because, she said again, I guess allegedly last night, is that, I'll do it again. Or why, Red says she also doesn't like the fact that none of us are fighting and we have all come together. Well, that's just it. We're all friends now. And so she has recently threatened to, open up text messages and, put out messages. And it's just not cool because, and that's okay. Do it. You want to put messages out? Go ahead, because you have zero credibility around here, and neither does your other friend, because of all the snitching and all of the things that have been done. So we live under the illusion. We already know that you can create messages and fake things because that's what you do. And so you have nothing when it comes, you have nothing to stand on. So at this point, nobody's going to believe anything you put out. And so it is what it is. So at that point, we're like, do whatever. It doesn't really matter because we're friends over here. We're all friends, and we're all sticking together with the fact that we don't believe in calling CPS. Nobody does. It's just not the way to be. Nobody wants you to go real life and do these things. Yeah, Maddie Boy Sully, it's true. I mean, that's just what it is. And so, and it bothers her because the only thing that she has to stand on is like, well, this person said this, and you want to know how she really feels about you. And it's like, no, just like you want people to stop because what you did was so 3 years ago. And it's like, what we thought of somebody 3 years ago was so 3 years ago. We're all friends now. So it doesn't really matter because that was 3 years ago, and we've had way long time to talk about, like, and apologies and all that stuff. So, like what we've done behind the scenes to move on, to be friends with one another has been so long. And so, Darlene, I hope you feel better. So, I mean, it's fine. I would rather people get along, and that's just me anyway. Even for her, I would rather that she moves along too. I hate that she holds on to this anger and aggression and things. It bothers me. It really does, because, I don't like people to be victim or to get upset about things, and to try to find peace in it, like, just listen, you did something bad. It is what it is. And that you just got to move on from it. I mean, it's really sad that it's still getting drugged on. And Darlene, you watched wrestling last night? Nice. But the new wrestling is not like what the old wrestling was. And so it's whatever. Yeah, exactly. Well, and you know what? Everybody's got to just move on at this point. Move on. Tomorrow's already going to be February 3rd of 2025, and everybody needs to go camping and do something new and fresh. Like, what's new on the agenda? What's the latest? Emily says, I know I would too. I wasn't around back then, but it would be nice for subs if there wasn't so much fighting. I get that drama helps with money and some things are unforgivable. Right. But, Emily, listen, at the end of the day, at what point do we say, okay, well, we're going to move on. Like, this happened. And so now what can we do to make it better? And, listen, grudges are grudges and things are things, but now what can we do where we stop the threats, stop the violence, stop the everything, and, push forward, and that's it. Like, I believe in olive branches, peace offerings, and moving forward. Listen, some people want to hang on to that, and I choose to not to. You know what I mean? It's whatever. So where we go? We got Lab here. She says her trying to say we are making her channel not do well is ridiculous. She did it all on her own because her channel hasn't grown in 3 years. Well, and that's just it, Lab. Her channel is her channel, right? It's just that. And so if she wants to grow, she has to look at it and go, you know what? Okay, this is my playground. This is what I need to do. And so now here we're going to navigate and we're going to do this. And so now we're going to take it in this direction and we're going to stay strong and go that. And so, yeah, it's on her to build her everything. Like, so that's it. That it's up to her. So, you have to have that strength and that ability to create your future. So she's got to be able to do that. It's good to see you, Lab. The more you ignore, the madder she gets. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit because I know a couple of my friends just last night got re-threatened. And so I just wanted them to know that, like, I'm here for them and I want them to know that their feelings matter. But, obviously, we are pioneering forward and, that's just what it is. Emily says, I came around during the Idaho 4, but I didn't pay attention to the drama until the following spring. I think that was 2023. Well, and I don't say that we don't pay attention to the drama, but we are all part of these channels because we are human people. So we're part of these comments, conversations, and we matter. Our voices matter. So we are people, we're included. And so I want everybody to know that, you guys are all part of this. And so together we help move forward. And it's important, that you feel heard and that you feel appreciated. And, we'll get through this. And so here we go. We're moving forward. And that's just what it is. Turn the other cheek and an eye for an eye, right? So listen, and that's just I always look at it like this. I said earlier, everything you do, you want to do with intention. And so I want good intentions. And so if we can just go forward and make it better, this is how we're going to do it. So, what are we going to do to make it better? Like, what are we going to do to look into new things and how we're going to make people feel better and do better? Anybody want to tell Teddy to move? Helen, what do you mean? Tell Teddy to move. Teddy, get out of the way. So in all of this, in the shadows, candles, and planes, for the shadows, we figured out with my little Function 20 fill, but my candles, we're going to figure out whether or not I'm going to make some candles and sell some candles or how to give some good advice on moving forward with some beautiful candles to everybody. Helen needs to go get something. He's okay. Helen, you're a little bizarro. And I definitely want to research the difference between the waxes, the different waxes, right? Whether it's paraffin wax, natural wax. I was just looking at it before and I was like, okay. Like, as a business owner, would you rather use, like, would you put it in glass? Would you put it in metal? Like, these are big decisions. The cost of it. Emily says if she was my mom or sister, she would only have a flip phone. Who? This lady on her channel over here on these instructions, she's actually giving out information on how to make new candles out of old candles, and she goes very into it. It has to be cost effective, right, Gadsden? Yeah, it definitely does. Like, who we see talking about prior to this. Yeah. Well, let's see here. I mean, there's another one on here where there's a whole candlestick chart. I mean, there's a lot of different research on here to do. It's actually very involved. How to read candlestick charts. It's a lot. So anyway, what are you guys doing tonight? Anybody have any? What's for dinner? What's everybody doing? Maddie Boy says Sunday sauce done, meatballs, sausage, spaghetti for dinner. Yes. Gotta see if you enjoy making candles first. Yeah. Well, I was using it as an example of some of the different things that, there's hobbies and like there's some people that come on here and they like to crochet and they like to do little crafts and different things. I just thought like if you started a candle business, you would need so much. Like you would need like I don't know for crochet, you would need insurance and you might, I don't know. I mean, there's so many different candle investments too. Ooh, Erica Olson making barbecued pork tenderloin. Salmon stuffed with crab meat and shrimp. Ooh, Helen, it's late by you. All right, it's after dinner. So, yeah. GFO sounds amazing. I know we're just barbecuing some stuff, so it's just throwing some chicken and things on the grill, and that's it. Darlene, you didn't miss anything. Tombstone says soy candles are the best. They don't leave the residue on your walls and ceilings. See, yeah, so if I were to make them, I would want to do them the best high quality as possible. See, soy candles, no residue, no with and are those the ones that have like the least amount of sensitivity smelling wise and like what are the best ways to get the scents. I would have to know all of those things and where's the best place to purchase the fragrances from. Kitty Q, I bought stuff to make ice cream sundaes, vanilla ice cream, hot fudge, caramel, crushed peanuts, whipped cream, and cherries. Kitty Q, I'm coming to your house. Lab, I work at 10 p.m. and we are supposed to start getting snow around that time, anywhere from 4 to 6 inches. Oh, girl, stay safe, man. Freaking snow. Yep, and they smell amazing. Oh, see tombstones, and I love like what you called I can't even think of the like oils as opposed to like perfume. You really have to look into the legal aspects for it. Bill and I have looked into bottling our seasoning rub, but we have to get too many licenses besides approvals from the CDC and the FDA. Yeah, see, there's so many legalities into, yeah, doesn't that sound good? I'll ask my friend. She has the sources. Thank you. See what I mean, tombstones? It's just a matter of networking and she made me a pumpkin spice and one called reindeer. Tombstone. All about being creative. See what I'm saying? As long as you listen, you got to ask your friend if she made chicken leg. Chicken wings. Chicken wings. Oh. All right, guys. Well, listen, I have been live for an hour and a half, and it was so nice hanging out with you guys. It was so cool to see some of you. And listen, it is 3:46 on Sunday, February 2nd. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a little bit. And until next time, thank you. New York.
community, her justice call. Defiant tone rings out from her Long Island home. New York music, it makes her dance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. She's so damn cool, so smart and quick. She's old school, this New York chick. Brooklyn music, she takes her stance. She hears the music, here's her chance. Brooklyn music.